Cassie has just broken her silence by making her first post on social media detailing her relationship with Diddy. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. Now, Cassie has seemingly spoken through reps and associates, but this is the first time we're hearing from her directly, where she posted this on Instagram. We're going to go through the statement, as well as look back on some interviews that she's done where she had to hide what was really going on. And as you watch these interviews, you'll learn a lot about her. And it's just sad. And it makes you realize that anybody can be going through something. We do need to be better listeners and hear these people out, because as Cassie said, we need to listen to survivors coming forward. And now that we've seen this video, a lot of people are actually listening to her. Let's hear what she had to say. Thank you for all the love and support from my family, friends, strangers, and those I have yet to meet. The outpouring of love has created a place for my younger self to settle and feel safe now. But this is only the beginning. DV is the issue. It broke me down to someone I never thought I would become. With a lot of hard work, I am better today, but I will always be recovering from my past. Thank you to everyone that has taken the time to take this matter seriously. My only ask is that everyone open your heart to believing victims the first time. It takes a lot of heart to tell the truth out of a situation that you were powerless in. I offer my hand to those that are still living in fear. Reach out to your people. Don't cut them off. No one should carry this weight alone. This healing journey is never ending, but the support means everything to me. Thank you always. Love, Cassie. Yeah, beautiful message. Well said. It's sad we now are in a culture where so many people try to pretend to be victims, but the reality is there are real victims, and we have to hear them out and hear what they have to say and look at the evidence, etc. And now that we've seen it coming in for Cassie, the outpouring of love and support for her is monumental. But as I read this, and Steph helped me compile some of these clips, as we go back and look at how Cassie handled this, and on one note before we get to these interviews, she can't mention Diddy either. But she's in a much better place because everyone can understand why she wouldn't want to mention Diddy. But because of their settlement, neither Diddy nor Cassie can mention it. But as someone said in my video yesterday, Diddy could have still said, I apologize for my former relationship and the actions I caused. Like he could have figured out a way to address her without actually addressing her, and he chose not to. But she's going in and really clearly speaking about the incidents at hand, and good for her for now having her voice back and be able to stand up for other victims. And I hope other victims of Diddy especially are coming forward and now can feel safe speaking to her, because she's speaking to the feds. This is all part of the plan, no doubt. Diddy can't like any of this, and nothing that she's doing is against a settlement or anything else because she's not mentioning Diddy. But let's look back, because now that we know the truth about this relationship, it's just hard to watch some of these old clips where she's covering up for Diddy and blocking it all. As she even says, she can't believe she became this person. And so how she's better. But she was somebody that she couldn't do. She's like, I can't even believe it. And so let's look at these clips, because as you watch it, I think you'll see what I'm talking about.
What was it like making that transition from working with him heavily to working with P. Diddy? Because he seems quite scary.
Well, I always worked
Diddy seems quite scary. Did you catch that?
with, he's not scary.
The name itself actually scares me. Like, oh my God, P.
To
Diddy.
be a little bit nervous. No,
She's just completely now stuck because he is scary. She knows it. She has to laugh it off. He's not scary. She has to play defense for the monster. And then she even admits, now you got me nervous there. You don't say Diddy's scary around me. I'll get in trouble. Like there's this whole triggering moment in this interview that is just so hard to watch now.
Scares me. Like, oh my God, P.
to
Diddy.
be a little bit nervous. No,
He's
well,
not
I always worked with, he's not scary.
The name itself actually scares me. Like, oh my God, P.
To be
Diddy.
a little bit nervous. No,
Again, in the moment, she's defending him. Everything seems okay, but it's clearly not.
definitely shocked, because in the first 3 months of having the cut, everybody thought I had lost my mind. And
I remember seeing an interview and you were like, I wanted it for ages. And the guy was like, but you shaved your hair.
yeah, she like, what are you doing? No.
Now, why did she shave her head? We have the reason of why she shaved her head. In fact, I want to go there before you see the responses. Here's Young Jock revealing this. He was at a party with his wife, Diddy, Cassie, and Cassie saw some white woman come down the stairs with the same similar look.
Puff jumped out. Me and Cassie sitting next to each other. My wife right here, Cassie right here. The nigga jumped off the bar, came on and said, yo, Cassie, tomorrow, I want you to shave the side of your head. Like, fuck kind of request is that?
The F kind of request was that?
Like, so when I'm like, what the fuck? So when I look up there, this white woman's side of her head was shaved, my nigga. And the bitch looked good with it. So I was looking at Cassie, I was like, well, I was like, you're not about to do that, are you? She said, well, I mean, whatever Sean wants, I'm gonna do. I was like, well, you make sure you send me a picture before you do that shit. So within like 2-3.
She did. He's like, it looks great. That comes from Vlad TV. You can watch that full interview there. But that allegedly is why she shaved her head. But as everybody asked it, she had to come up with these other excuses. So yeah, it was crazy. Now it worked out. She then started a trend and everybody was following it. But my God, can you imagine just, do that? And then she's like, okay, sure.
And then it just became part of me. So even now,
then it became part of her. Like she had to force it. As you're listening to her now, as she's dealing with what Diddy made her do.
More. Last year, I showed the other side. It's just become who I am. And it was very...
She just became who I am. More like she became who Sean Diddy Combs was making her be.
Flattering that other people wanted to do it as well, especially other artists. I remember getting an email from Lala.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, she sent a photo, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. I don't know if anybody ever took it to this extreme, where it's pretty much half my head is shaved.
It's just scary, man. It is scary. And here she is asked again before it went full stream. There's Diddy, but at a party. It's July 2009.
Thank you. What inspired this style? Just felt like a change. Was this your concept? Yeah, definitely. It was something different for me, and it's keeping me cool today, I guess, compared to all the other.
Now, honestly, it is an interesting look. She looks great with it, but to hear that he just sort of forced it on her is just yet another thing where then she didn't say, well, Diddy made me do it because I do whatever Diddy tells me to. No, she's got to play it yeah. And she's so young and it's so sad to watch it. And here she is again trying to justify it.
You know how I felt. It was abrupt. It was definitely abrupt, but my mom loved it because she could see my face, so that was good. And
she's just trying to justify it. She's even acknowledged it was abrupt.
it also, it just got me out of hiding behind my hair. I've never really felt comfortable when people told me, oh, you're so beautiful, or always about this. My hair was attached to the beauty. So I went rogue a little bit, but
started a trend.
But I had fun with it, and I kept it for a minute, and it was fun.
She kept it for me because she didn't ultimately like it, clearly, as it is. Now, there was some more interviews that have come forward, and this one coming in.
Diddy's girlfriend.
As now the interviewers are getting straight into it. What's it like being
for
Diddy's
the last
girlfriend?
Several years.
Now notice, he's bringing up this whole, talking about your relationship with Diddy as Diddy's girlfriend, and you're going to notice Cassie avoid mentioning Diddy the whole time.
I think a lot of people forget that you are a songwriter yourself and had a lot of music to offer. Has that been hard to be just because Diddy, look, there's no way around it. Mm-hmm. It's Diddy.
Of course.
He's a mark.
Diddy.
And relationship to navigate that?
It was difficult to navigate it for a little while just because, people automatically at this point now just don't associate me with music anymore all the time. But I do have a core group of fans that just ride or die, and they're just like, when is it coming? When is it coming? So that was part of the reason why I kept going, but also because I just love making music. Mm-hmm. And it is sometimes difficult to get through that, but ultimately whatever works out is going to work out. So.
I also read.
It's just so sad as we watch this now, and I'm glad she's in a better place, which she is now. As she just said on Instagram, but you watch these, she was getting made fun of in the comments for the hoarse voice and the glasses, what's up with her? Why isn't she prepared? Again, she's trying to get through all of this and make it about the music and about herself, which it wasn't about for a while because it was all about pleasing Diddy.
Relationship on other people. Mm. When is he going to marry you? When is this going to happen? Nowadays with somebody like Puff, who's, Puff's been married, I don't know how many times.
Again, imagine every question you got to do is now got to be about Puff.
Once, maybe twice. I don't know. Oh, he's never been married.
No.
So obviously he's not into that. That's not his thing.
What's cool about Puff is that he is, and he does want to understand marriage, but we have a certain type of relationship, and it just works the way it is.
It just works the way it is. A certain kind of relationship. He's down for marriage, just not with me or anybody. But I'm going to defend my abuser anyway, is what she's doing. It's really rough to watch.
Like even the record Love a Loser, the hook is, I'd rather lose a lover than to love a loser. You don't want to just end up with some like random stuff and just be lying to yourself at the end of the day.
How much?
Clearly, that song means a lot more to her than I think people realized. You don't want to just lie to yourself at the end of the day, which is what she had to do for so damn long, and it's just so sad. But it's encouraging to see that now she's finally getting her voice back, and she's getting the support she deserves. And that's all that matters here. And thank God the tape came out, because a lot of us still wouldn't know what to believe if it didn't. And that's what's so sad, that you need to have direct evidence. But look, it is sad. We look at people like Amber Heard and other people are out there dramatizing things or over escalating things to try to play themselves as bigger victims. That is the current culture we live in. It's wild. It's wild how people will try to make their own suffering the same as others' suffering. But there are levels to suffering, and what Cassie had to go through was horrific. It's horrific. I'm glad she's getting the support she deserves. I'm glad Puffy is now under investigation because of his criminal acts, and I am here for it all day long. If you are as well and you want to keep in tune, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, smash that like button as well. Leave your comments and tell us what you think down below. I appreciate all you guys so much. Again, you can seek help. Please just look up DV support hotlines. You will find them. There's always someone there to talk if you are in a bad relationship.